like peekaboo.
Yeah.
They thought I was crazy when I first started boxing. After they seen my first fight, and they feel more confident in me, and they're just really supportive right now of what I'm doing, and they're proud of what I've done so far. In boxing about 5 or 6 years ago, 22, 23 years old. I came to a local gym with a friend who introduced me to the gym and fell in love with it the first day. I was born and raised in Hell's Kitchen, which is right off of Times Square. Well, back then it was a little different than it is now. Now it's a lot nicer. Back in the days when I was younger, there was a lot of prostitution, drug dealing. You couldn't even really play in a public park because you'd see syringes on the floor or crack bottles. I was raised by my father with the help of my grandparents. My mom was kind of in and out my life growing up, and she's in it now for good, well, hopefully. And just my dad was a young father and he just needed help, so sports was a big part of my life. My dad got us involved in sports at a very, very young age, and he would always just bring us to games and make sure we get to games and things like that. I like Lucia Riker, who's a female fighter. We have different styles, but the kind of person she is, I really admire that. The things that she told us about being a female in boxing inspired me, and how to always just keep going and don't let anything get in your way, and never make excuses for anything. I like to kind of dance around my fighter. Mayweather's a good fighter. He's more of a boxer like me, so I could relate to him. I'd wake up, I'd go running in the morning, maybe at 6:30, 7 in the morning. Go back home, eat breakfast, rest a little, go to the gym in the afternoon for 2 or 3 hours, go back home, and then probably go swimming 2 or 3 times a week in the evening. Training for boxing is different than you train to play basketball or baseball. I'm not really a superstitious person, but when you do go to the training camps, in Colorado Springs, they kind of teach you to, they tell you should always have a little ritual or certain thing that you do before a fight, just to make yourself feel comfortable, So, just for those 8 minutes that you're fighting, you just kind of hate each other, and then afterwards is all love. It was the only sport in the Olympics that didn't have female competition. I mean, we was always ready for it. We kind of had a feeling what happened. We was just waiting for the announcement. Because they're making an Olympic sport, I think women's boxing is improving, even for the pros.
Yeah. So
the Olympics, women only have 3 weight categories, and the men have 10. Which is still very unfair. A lot of the girls had to move up or down in weight, which is a struggle for most girls, and some girls can't even make these weights, so they've been training since they were 10 years old and not going to be able to have the chance to try to make the Olympic team. And boxing is the only sport in the Olympics that's amateur, so just to have this opportunity to do something that what I've worked so hard for is, slowly coming true. I have a sponsor to get me to where I gotta go. His name is Pat Russo, and he is a former lieutenant for the NYPD. He actually runs our boxing club. It's Atlas Cops and Kids, and he's just always been a big help for us. watch a lot of like old fighters and just how it came about and things like that. Like I would even go on YouTube and Google like a old fighter like Willie Pep who fought like in 1950s and just, you know, see how the different styles are from how fighters fight now and things like that. You know, I try to attend as many fights as I can, or even just watch on TV. Always talking boxing with my friends, even though they don't know anything about it, but they listen.